From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
Hi, this is Micah Halpern sitting in for Teisha Bader, and here is the JBS News Update for Monday, February 21st, 2022. Israel is taking part in a Pfizer medical trial. That should not surprise anyone. They are participating in the testing of COVID shots that are developed for Omicron. The trial will take place at Sheba Medical Center in Tel Aviv. Israelis who have not received their fourth shot are eligible to take part in the study. Pfizer and Israel have developed a very good relationship during COVID. Israel has the perfect partner in Pfizer because of the nature of their medical system, which is, on the one hand, developed and sophisticated, on the other hand, a socialist system. Israel's medical system is also very well organized, with national health data feeding into central computer systems. The system allows for almost immediate reporting on the status of illnesses and the shots, as well as demographics and locations of outbreaks. This relationship between Pfizer and the Israeli medical system will certainly continue even as we hope COVID finally recedes. The head of the Iranian Navy said on Bushehr TV that the Saudi royal family is Jewish. This was not a compliment, it was an insult and a theological attack. He was saying that the conflict between Iran and the Saudis goes back to the 7th century, to the battles between the first Muslims and the Jewish tribes in Arabia. General Ali Riza Tangsiri, commander of the Iranian Navy, said, "We cannot bear to see injustice in a Muslim country that is perpetrated by the Zionists and the seed of the Jews." In a clear reference to the assassination by the United States of Qasem Soleimani, the former commander of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, the Al-Quds Brigade, he said, "We cannot bear to see that Muslims are being slaughtered by people who call themselves Christians but are not." And in a clear reference to the Saudis, General Tangsiri said, "These are the very same Jews, and I better say Zionists, whose hearts have been never aligned with Islam and even with the Prophet in his time." He continued, "The grudge that the enemies harbored toward Soleimani resembled their grudge toward Imam Hussein in Karbala." This was a reference to the battle in which Ali, the son-in-law of Muhammad, was brutally killed. Ali was the first Imam of Shia Muslims, and Karbala, the battle in which he was killed, brutally killed, became a formative event for Shia Islam. This tirade was a direct attack against the Saudis and a call to all Shiites to understand that the Sunnis, the Saudis, are enemies just like Israel. Cell phone hacking has become a big and all-consuming topic of interest and debate in Israel. Israeli technology has been utilized to hack phones across the world, and also to the chagrin of Israelis at home. In Israel, police were hacking, among others, numerous politicians and their families. And they did it without court orders. And they've been doing it for a while. In fact, it may have been evidence gathering of the former Prime Minister Netanyahu's son's cell phone that furthered the police investigation against his father, Bibi Netanyahu. Kaspersky Labs, world-renowned hackers themselves, has given Israelis and others a quick set of tools to make certain that they are not hacked. 1. Restart your device daily. 2. Delete unknown apps. 3. Keep apps up to date. And 4. Do not click on anything unfamiliar. Also, they said, iPhone users should cancel iMessage and FaceTime, and they should not use Safari or Google Chrome. If a hacker really wants in, they'll get in. But this advice will help protect all of us from cell phone hackers. And now a look at tonight's evening programming on JBS. At 7, on Conversations on Zionism, Shahar Azani speaks with family members and prominent Zionist leaders, Olga, Meshoe, Washington, Dumisani, Washington, and Joshua, Washington. At 7:30, journey to Israel's northern border, where host Joel Chasnoff encounters a Hezbollah activist in the midst of his meeting with IDF soldiers, the brave ground forces who protected the Jewish state from dangerous threats in the region year-round. At 8, Danny Kahn, chair of the Natan Worldwide Disaster Relief, joins Shahar Azani on his second episode of the new JBS original series, In the Spotlight. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Jason Gerwitz to discuss his book on the IDF's elite unit. At 10, Rabbi Funya speaks at the 92nd Street Y. And coming up next, Teisha Bader speaks with ADL CEO Jonathan Greenblatt. This is Micah Halpern with the JBS News Update, wishing you a good evening.